So I've been meaning to try like a new segment for the vlog, some kind of a story time where I could share some of my past experiences which like really meant a lot to me and taught me a lot. Plus like today I didn't end up doing a lot because like I spent a major part of my day stuck in college doing paperwork, and there was a lot of heat and long lines, and I most certainly could not film in there. And then I went to my friend Anisha's house, and then I went to the gym, so it wasn't really much of a day, and I figured this might be a good way to start with like storytelling. And I figured what could be more interesting than the time I met Casey Neistat. So about a year and a month ago I was on vacation in New York City. Lives up to every bit of the hype from every movie, book, song and photo. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, and part of the plan was of course to try and meet Casey, and I didn't know how because I think it had been a year since I'd been watching Casey on a regular basis. This was at a point where I knew that I had really large ambition from life, but at the same time I didn't have the ability to sit down and get work done. Like I was extremely lazy and I didn't have any sort of work ethic. So watching Casey on a daily basis was it was a whole lot of intimidation from his work ethic along with admiration. But at the same time, considering how much of an ideal situation his work ethic was in the way he did what he did on a daily basis, in my head Casey Neistat was still like a fantasy. So anyway, my friend Ashad and I told him the address, and we took the subway there and we started walking down the street. Suddenly out of nowhere I spot like the dollar pizza.
Casey Neistat's dollar pizza.
Okay. And we go closer, and then I see like the camera store, and I see the Beam office.
That's Beam. That's Casey Neistat's studio. Holy shit!
And I look up and I see like his GoPro sticking out. That's Casey's office. So I go under his building and I don't know what to do. So my friend Ashad and I are just sitting there for a bit, waiting. And this German couple has been there for the past hour and a half, and we start talking and we ask that they're also here to meet Casey, and this is the third day that they've been here, and each day they waited for 2 hours and just didn't meet him. And then a Beam employee walks out and we ask him, is Casey in the office? And he says, I don't know. And then he goes up and he comes down, he says he's not there, but he might show up, no one knows his schedule, blah blah blah. And I'm just sitting there anticipating, waiting, because at this point in time, even though I'm here in the exact same space that I've seen every single day for like a whole year, in my head it's still a fantasy, and I'm sick as hell. Like my throat is gone, it is paining like crazy, I have a terrible cold, but I'm just sitting down there waiting. I think it had been about an hour and a half. Ashad and I had decided like, okay, this is the last 15 minutes, that if he doesn't show up we'll just leave. Towards the end of those 15 minutes, out of nowhere, like suddenly this man just shows up on a boosted board.
Casey, right? Yeah. Casey!
I didn't have any reaction, I was just in shock.
This is just, oh my god, this is Casey.
I couldn't say anything. I was like, Casey, and I was filming that part. This is the part where it gets interesting, right? So till then, whatever I'd imagined meeting Casey would be, hi Casey, I love you, I totally admire your work ethic. I think I wish I could emulate that part of what you do. But when he showed up, he was in a real rush. So he gets to the door, he picks up his booster board, he opens the thing, and this other dude goes, can I take a selfie? And I'm like, yeah, selfie. And I took a selfie with him. I said, Casey, I love you. And then he just went into his office, and it was extremely brief. He explained a few months later that he doesn't like it when people wait under his office because we're like interrupting his day or whatever. I didn't know at this point in time, and it was like my only option. And that's probably why that's why he probably didn't wait longer or whatever. That's probably why he didn't wait longer or whatever. But seeing him in that brisk movement got me to see Casey Neistat living his life. I didn't see a man being nice to the 500th fan greeting him, but I saw exactly what I saw on screen every single day for a year. And that just taught me so much more than I think, because I saw Casey and I see that his work ethic comes from him following his rules and being so disciplined. I see Casey running in, getting his work done and leaving, and 10 minutes later I'm still just sitting down like under his office like, oh, that was amazing, So just sitting down there at the same bench, and he comes out again and he's like, it's a great time in New York, guys, enjoy the summer, and he leaves. And it played such a large part in making real this whole fantasy that was in my head for a whole year now. It was honestly one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. So if you want to meet Casey Neistat, definitely be in New York City. Be on the streets, be around, don't wait under his office. He does not like that. As he mentioned a few months after I waited under his office. But it was a beautiful experience, and it played a large part in getting me to where I am today. Seeing him abide by his work ethic so thoroughly just further embedded the ideals that I try to follow today. And I've learned a lot from Casey, right? From a lot of the tricks that I apply to vlogging. I mean, a lot of people tell me I copy Casey or whatever, and in large parts I do. I mean, I don't copy Casey, but the man spent over 15 years of his life developing a style of filmmaking. I'm just 18 years old. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to come up with a style better than his or so unique when I just start off. I'm using a style that he's created for over 15 years to tell my own story, and I take no shame in that. That's why you'll never find me offended whenever people call me Desi Casey or Desi Neistat or whatever. I bought the booster board because I've been in love with it for over 2 years. I vlog because it makes my life more productive, not because I like filmmaking. I've been clear about that from the start. But yeah, I mean, meeting Casey played a very large role in getting me to where I am today. But that's about it. Please tell me if you like this kind of a story. I mean, it's something new I'm trying. I've been meaning to do something like this for a while because there's a lot of such stories that I really enjoy talking about. So let me know in the comments below or on Instagram, Snapchat. But yeah, thank you for listening if you still are. And come back tomorrow. I'm traveling again, so it's going to be a really interesting vlog. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Yeah.